What's up, Benjamin?
It is Thursday. I'm running late because I was jumping out of the shower and I couldn't finish my cappuccino.
That's a wonderful image to help us start this episode. Thank you so much for that. Really, really appreciate it. I'm sure our whole audience thanks you for the shower and the cappuccino.
Yeah, great start. From here on, it can only get better, I would say.
Absolutely.
What I do appreciate is that your background does fit well to the caption that we're using.
Yeah, and I chose it intentionally. I can give you more purple. I can actually give you one more purple. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, now I'm in like this purple room. I could be in Barney's house. Yeah.
Or if it would be raining, you could make a song out of that.
Something like that. Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
You little prince.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I am royalty after all. Purple is anyway. Whatever. We can keep doing purple puns.
Why are we here?
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Top 5 news. That's why we're here. We're here for serious stuff, Benjamin. This is serious business. SportsTech is serious. It's not all jokes and dinosaurs. Anyway, okay. So you're going first, yeah?
Yeah. I'm starting. We are actually gonna play a video.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Typically, I mess it up, and you can hear the sound, which is not the plan. So let's see.
Let's see what works. Waiting. There we go. Perfect.
It is about the Chicago Bulls, my team. I'm old. I've seen Jordan and the Bulls play, not in person, but late at night in television in the late 90s, ever since I'm following them. And they have been partnering with AT&T for something that they call Stats Zone. And I really like the video because you see some of the players, Patrick Williams, the rookie of the Bulls this year, and you see them holding their phones because it is for you as a fan at home or in the stadium. What you can do is, you can see it on the video, you can hold up your phone and you can get the coolest, fanciest, most interesting stats. You have those widgets that you can see here and you can get all kinds of data. So why is this special and why only now? 2 reasons. Or main reason actually is that 5G technology is finally available. So I mean, at home you can clearly do this because you have good Wi-Fi connection, so you can do this right away. But if you're outside of your home, let's say in the stadium, or I don't know, watching it somewhere with some friends, you would potentially not have good enough data or good enough connection for this, especially if you're in the stadium, a bunch of other folks around you, if you're not in the COVID scenario. And yeah, the 5G technology, of course, provided by AT&T, makes it possible that you can actually use this. And secondly, the tech was not ready yet. So this is a fairly new product. We have seen a bunch of those over the last couple of years, but now they're getting more and more mature and getting more interesting so that the fan gets everything that he or she wants. And I think there was another section here. Yeah, that one, which actually also looked really cool and shows what you can do. As you can see, this is nice, cool animation. You can select different players, that do comparisons between the players, and all those kind of cool things. That is topic number 1 for today. The Chicago Bulls, AT&T, working together on this cool product. Big question, as always, is, Ron, we've talked about it a couple times. Do you think that fans will actually do this in the stadium with the 5G technology available? Or do you think it's more like, let's say, an at-home thing where they anyways have good Wi-Fi?
I mean, obviously, if there is genuinely good 5G, then why not? I'm yet to test out my 5G. I can't wait to get to a stadium at some point to use the 5G that I have on my phone and put some really interesting light happening here suddenly. Um, yeah, very princely scenario. But no, I think it's super interesting. By the way, I really like the. Uh, I mean, we usually don't cover too many partnerships between specific teams and brands because there are tons of them happening. But I think this is a nice activation. AT&T have got like a nice little track going with the Bulls. I'd be I'd be happy to use it. Would I use it in the stadium? Yes. Would I use it at home? Also, yes. If it's a good one, I think you'd use it in both places.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm wondering if I can already use it at home. I didn't check it, to be honest. If I can already use it through the Bulls app or NBA app or something.
Yeah. But, I mean, I haven't checked it myself, but that's what the news piece said.
Yeah, it's a tough season for the Bulls, so need to have some joy somewhere. Anyways, off to topic number 2, and I believe it's me again.
Yep.
Now we're getting into the gaming section, and this is actually an interesting one. Make that a little bit bigger so it looks nicer. No video, no animation here, but it's actually connected to a topic that we've been talking about before on this show. A couple of weeks before, we said, hey, it's Microsoft who's actually in talks with Discord. You know, this gaming chat platform that also finds its way into other areas and other people using it, by the way. But that didn't happen somehow. Some weeks later, there was rumors that is off the table. We don't really know why, but the idea actually was great. I mean, Microsoft with the Xbox integrating a platform that is anyways heavily used by gamers that look like a dream scenario. And a few days ago, the news broke that Sony, so the biggest competitor with the PlayStation for Microsoft Xbox, has actually invested in Discord and will bring the chat app to the PlayStation. And what this article says is that it's a much deeper integration that was initially planned by Microsoft. So maybe that was one of the reasons. So it's not just, okay, your friend is playing a game here and there and you can chat. It seems to be much richer, much better integrated into each other's platform. There were no details revealed, so I cannot go any deeper. But that seems to be one of the key points, that the integration would actually be a good one. And they're planning to roll it out later this year, early next year. So really curious to see what kind of functionalities a gamer will get when playing on the PlayStation. But there seems to be a really nice cooperation going on here, and with the investment also comes, of course, some sort of commitment. So wondering where this is going. I think pretty smart move from Sony. And now, as always, it's all about execution and making the experience for the gamer better. But I can imagine that the PlayStation guys and ladies out there will celebrate this. The Xbox aficionados will probably be a bit sad seeing that a platform that they're heavily using is actually now partly owned and partnering with a competitor. Ron, I'm not sure if we ever talked about it. Are you an Xbox guy? Are you a PlayStation guy? Are you not a gaming guy at all?
You know what, Ben? I think I'm a bit on the fence about this, and I think it's really important that we test this thoroughly. So I think it's time that we should get the PS5, latest one. Get this Discord thing going, because that's our job at Hello SportsTech. Our job is to test all the latest, coolest things that's happening and talk about it. I think this is in our job description. We have to get one of these now.
Keep going. I hear you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'll send you the link. Let's get this purchase going. Put it on whichever company card, which is yours or my card at this point. I don't know if there's any other company card.
We don't really have a card because our bank is not so great. They don't even offer a credit card. It's a mess. I'm not going to mention it.
But no, coming back to the story, I really like this integration. I mean, we talked about the Discord partnership before as well. If you're Discord, we talked about the Microsoft partnership for Discord as well. If you're Discord, I think for me that was the interesting question. Would you have a preference? Or would you go with Xbox, or would you go with the PS? I mean, both are really rich ecosystems. I think PS has a slightly bigger following, but Xbox lovers will say that there's better stuff happening there. I think Discord just goes on the volume. Yeah.
I mean, it's let's say compared with WhatsApp. WhatsApp would never say I only work with Android or I only work with iOS. So you always want to be represented on both. So it actually feels a bit weird that one of the two is investing and partnering, right? Because you as Discord, you want to maximize your reach in some way.
Yeah. Which is why, I mean, I could totally see the value on the PlayStation side. And Discord, I mean, if those guys are saying, hey, we're getting a good price, we're happy with the money that we get, and if we're deeper integrated, maybe it's better for whatever vision that they were trying to create. But I guess also, maybe losing out a pretty big audience, or maybe they won't lose it out. I don't know. I think this one has one angle. Yeah.
Or if it's executed well, I mean, if the gamers see value there, and that might become a reason to go for PlayStation, then Microsoft is under pressure to also partner potentially.
True. Yeah, I think, and they'll clearly get not as good terms as what PlayStation gets. So yeah.
Exactly.
All right, let's go. What do we have next?
Put a ring on it. Put a ring on it.
It's time to put a ring on it. Is something that I have thankfully never heard in my life, and I would like to keep it that way for some time. But as you can see, no, want a ring, not interested. For the fitness ring, Oura. If you're unfamiliar with this product, it is a very cool product. It's basically, it's a little ring device. I would play the video, but I checked it before. There's no way to turn off the audio when I play the video, but it's pretty straightforward. You wear this ring, and you get a bunch of cool metrics on health and health information, but they're especially focused on sleep and activity. Is what they talk about. Yeah, good quality sleep leads to mental being, blah blah blah. So Oura is a very cool product. It's a fantastic Finnish company, and they've just done a Series C round and raised money from big names, Elysian Park, Sherman Group, etc. Takes the total funding from the company up to 150 million. Also, interestingly, we've covered these stories before, but they're the official partner for some of the bigger leagues, NBA, WNBA, UFC, NASCAR. I think they have a partnership with the PGA Tour as well. But just to give you a sense of how big this ring is becoming, if you haven't seen it before, Oura was doing 30 million in sales in 2019, which they have apparently doubled in 2020, and 30 million in 2019 was already double of what they were doing in 2018, so they're growing fast. In total, they have sold 500,000 rings, which is up from 150,000 rings a year ago. So in 2020, they sold 350,000 rings, and these rings are not cheap, by the way. They're about $300 a piece, $299, something like that. And also the team itself, they've jumped from 100 people to 250 people over the last 12 months. So the company is doing really well. They're tracking really well. And I guess that's why the investors are interested in them. Ben, would you wear a ring to track your sleep? Let's start with that. Do you track your sleep? And let's avoid the whole ring topic, but do you track your sleep? I would rather go there.
No. I want to come back to this. First of all, I'm happy that you didn't ask if I wanna put the ring on it. Then exactly. I have to mention that I hope that you don't bring yourself into trouble with what you stated earlier. And then I come to your question, which is I do track my sleep. I have this wonderful Apple Watch. It always feels a bit weird, to be honest, because I'm mostly sleeping on that arm. So I always feel a bit weird that a device that is connected to my Wi-Fi is so close to my head. So if I don't know, I'll grow a second nose or whatever, I wouldn't be surprised. But besides that, I track my sleep, but I don't do much with the data, to be honest. So I'm more looking to into the average data. So,
but actually, let's just stay on this for a second, because out of curiosity, I haven't seen the sleep information that you get. So do you get that breakup of how much percentage is in REM sleep, in deep sleep, in light sleep, how many times you've woken up? You get that whole piece, but you're saying you don't do anything with it.
Correct.
Okay, interesting. I mean, I'm the same. I have the Fitbit, non-Apple user for life.
You have an iPhone. You have an iPhone,
which I have used for half an hour every week and which I don't even use for that half an hour every week anymore. It's tucked away in some bag somewhere for that clubhouse, which we, yeah, anyway, we'll come back to that. But point being, sleep tracking is big, big business. I do look at my sleep. I find myself checking my sleep score when I wake up in the morning, but that's it. I don't do anything else around with it. But no, it's clearly sleep tracking is big business. A lot of people are investing money into this device.
Yeah, but to be honest, I like the ring idea because it doesn't interfere with, I don't know, your sleep, and it's so light and everything. For me, it's almost a bit too light. I've tested it a couple of times. I wouldn't say it feels a bit cheap, but it's so light and like a bit plastic-ish. So I would really hope that it would, I don't know, do something with the material. But I mean, all the people I spoke to who use that ring, they're super happy with it. I mean, they're really good in turning people into their ambassadors because everybody's mega happy.
Yep. I'll still stick with my band. I'm happy with that one. All right, cool. On to the next.
All right, we are gonna talk about FIFA and the NFL, who both have new innovation initiatives. The FIFA one clearly being a bigger one compared to NFL, but both are really interesting in our perspective. So FIFA, as you can read here, launched the FIFA Innovation Program. And the question is, what is that innovation program? So they take startups who have some sort of product already and make sure that with FIFA's program that I have set up, meet global standards so that a company basically can be used all over the world, or their product can be used all over the world in football. And there are a bunch of requirements, which we're going to scroll to. So here we go. And I like the start, how this starts. In contrast to many open innovation spaces or innovation centers, so they're, I don't know, they're giving little beef there, so clearly saying that others are not so great. The FIFA Innovation Program is structured in a manner that a concrete, neat, objective, and clear criteria set out by FIFA must be met. A measurable output is required within a period of 2 years, and a supporting member association, competition organizer, or club is required to back the project. Which I find really interesting because they want to make sure that an idea is really brought to life. And I agree with FIFA, actually, there's so many programs out there. We're like, okay, it's nice, it's interesting. But it really seems like they want to and are committed to bringing a good company already to a company that meets a global standard and gets that, by the way, nice little FIFA Innovation Program member badge here. So FIFA clearly, after observing the market for a while, and UEFA has the innovation program as well, and other leagues and associations have been observing the market, and now they have actually started with 3 companies. Let me quickly check which one these were. There is Viva Turf, which is artificial grass without polymeric infill. It's Player Maker, that's actually an interesting one. It's a football wearable and tracking system. It's this little strap that you put around your football shoe, and then it measures a bunch of data. And there is a new kind of goal line technology system, which is called View. All of that you find in some press releases and on their website if you want to look at those companies a bit closer. So FIFA launching this program, making sure that already existing startups. Oh wow, Ron, was it you? Did you kill my tab here? Hopefully not. Okay, then.
Sorry, did I kill something? My bad. I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I did touch everything.
No, I know what it is because I have this automatic thing where it sends a tab to sleep if I didn't change anything after a while.
Nice. All right, back to it.
All right. Yeah, coming to the NFL, they are partnering with Skills, which is a game developer, and it makes a lot of sense that they announce a game developer challenge. So what are they looking for? They are looking for game developers. So guys or ladies who know a thing about developing a game, because they want to create a new mobile game. And the really cool thing is what you will actually get in that program. One of the most valuable assets that you can probably get, it is the exclusive access to NFL and team logos. So whatever cool game you are planning to create, you can use the official logos. And we all know that this is a super, super valuable asset. All of us out here, if we want to play a game, we of course appreciate if we see the logos of our team. Of course, the whole thing gets promoted by NFL and Skills. You get great feedback from some experts and a bunch of marketing stuff to launch your game, actually. So really cool, as we think. It goes on for quite a while until the end of the year. And then there is probably next year the launch phase. So the NFL is aware of the fact that gaming is an important aspect of life, have an important audience for them. As we always say, tapping into the younger audience is super relevant and interesting. And they made good experiences with this Nickelodeon broadcast earlier this year. So now they want to boost that a little bit with a new game. And I think this package that they have designed, especially with the logos and all the support and an existing game developer, that's a good package. And now it's up to some developers to make something cool and innovative out of this. Rowan, what kind of game would you suggest or propose? Any spontaneous idea?
That's a good one. I think I'd like to see maybe some purple dinosaurs playing American football. I don't know if there's a team that does any team wear purple. I don't know if there's any team that we can bring.
Yeah, the Baltimore Ravens, I would say.
The Dolphins also, because they have a light blue. I mean, they're on the blue side. The Ravens on the purple
Which is
side.
not purple. No.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about merging our colors. No, man, I don't know. Never played an NFL game. I don't know what would be interesting, but I like the use case.
The Vikings are also purple.
Nice, keep going. I think the idea of making this like a community thing, because it's smart from Skills, but it's kind of crowdsourcing some ideas for them, because their partnership with the NFL, I don't know. I think they've been running a partnership for 3-4 years now. They haven't done too much yet, so this is a good way for them to take it to market.
Yeah, super cool.
Nice, I like it. All right, on to our top story of the day, and we have some mega deal making in esports. There's been a lot going on. We saw 3 big deals happen in the last week. First was a broadcasting deal, Huya, who we've talked about before, with their merger with DoYu, all owned by Tencent, which is the big parent company. So it's about controlling the esports market in China. They signed a big 5-year broadcast deal, the Chinese League of Legends, with a company called TJ Sports, who is the organizer of the event. Pounds, euros, I don't know what currency you prefer, but there's about $310, about 60 million a year, which is not a small fee. For some context, for example, that is on the high end of what a shirt sponsor in the Premier League pays for teams like Liverpool, Manchester United. They pay about 60-70 million. So this is like pretty premium money that the broadcaster is paying for an esports league. Good to see deals there. We saw another big deal between ESL and Intel, $100 million deal. They've already been working together for something like 20 years. They've been working together for 10 years. They've extended it by another 10, something like that. And they're both committed to investing another 100 million in esports. It's not super clear what that 100 million is for, but it says further product innovations and improvements for fans and players alike. Yeah, I don't know if it can get more generic than that, but a couple of things. They're talking about rebranding tournaments. So ESL's Pro Circuit CSGO tournament will be called the Intel Extreme Masters. Some other Intel ESL events will be rebranded to Intel. So Intel clearly trying to establish their brand in the esports segment. They have over 80 events over 50 seasons. So there's a lot happening in that space. And the third one was acquisition, actually. EA Sports, Electronic Arts, purchased a company called Glue Mobile, who, I'll be honest, I'd never heard of before, but it's for a significant money. So clearly Glue Mobile is big. So $2.1 billion. was the end value of the transaction, or value that or Blue Mobile was valued at, rather. And Esports is looking to build its mobile business. That is the focus. We've talked a lot about mobile gaming in the past, and how, especially from China and India, these two markets are all about mobile gaming. We're seeing this trend be more pervasive in the rest of the world, and this is EA Sports investing in their mobile gaming department, which is already pretty big. It's at 100 million users, 100 million monthly active users, but they want to grow it even further. Our favorite part of this story, which I have to say, I was looking at Blue Mobile. It's there in this article, but also on other websites. Blue Mobile have done a fantastic job with games such as Covet Fashion, Design Home, Kim Kardashian in Hollywood, and then probably the reason that was the closest connect to EA Sports is MLB Tap Sports Baseball. There was something on the sports side, but more interestingly, they have made games for Kim Kardashian. I think, Ben, just for that, they're worth $2 billion. No, I think $2 billion is already undervalued.
I mean, if there would be a Brandy and Monica game, I'm sure that guy would get it.
This boy is
But
mine. Those ladies be fighting, huh? For this prince.
would you put a ring on either Brandy or Monica, or both? If you would move to Utah, for example.
Maybe there would be other types of rings involved. Now we're getting into dark places, but
What?
I don't know. I'm just saying. No rings for Brandy and Monica. We might entertain other activities. No rings.
Speechless. By the way, what we constantly forget is to check our chat tab here.
Oh yeah, and somebody been dropping messages.
Yeah, Daniel was asking something, and the funny thing is, so I saw that he was asking something on LinkedIn, and I answered. But then our platform here shows me that I've answered through Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then while you were talking, I was going to LinkedIn and answered him there. Whatever. Can we quickly go over the ring topic, or do you have any esports related thing that you want to ask me?
No. I think this is good. I think it's an interesting story. I think it's there's a lot happening in the space. Esports is super hot. This is just evidence of it.
Yes, and another area where a lot is happening is fitness. So we are talking about fitness now. We have been traveling to Munich. I think we already told you so. And we tested 3 different products. Last week we spoke about multi-ball. It is a big system that basically uses a projector, and you can shoot against the wall, but it has to be something that is installed somewhere where it needs space and takes time to build. And they have also developed a at-home version for this, which is the Lymbik Active. I think they're now rebranded to Lymbio. They basically rebranded twice, so we have some confusion there. But as you can see there's this little device sitting on the wall. It's this good-looking robot-ish blue shiny thing there. And besides that, all you need is a projector, so that projector sits on the other side of the room, and then you can basically turn every wall in your home into an interactive screen. And Brianna, our communications manager, had lots of fun with some fishes and monsters and all that kind of stuff. So you throw a ball against the wall and the system tracks what's happening. And they have also in the making a motion capture system. So you might have seen that initially. So you can actually steer, in that case, I think it was a jet or something, or a spaceship, just by your body movement. So then you don't have to throw a ball anymore. You just move with your body. The system tracks what you're doing. And why do you do this? Because you want to enjoy your workout. It's always a bit boring, and we're often a bit lazy to work out at home. So we need something entertaining. And I can tell you, this is a lot of fun. It doesn't feel like you're working out, but you're sweating so quickly, you're moving so much. So it's a really nice trick to get you into a workout. So that anyways was a great day. Ron and myself were running in the English garden. I was falling as always. I don't know how that always happens. But yeah, good time in Munich. Shout out to Multiball and Lymbik, or the company behind Fun with Balls. that was good. Ron, what is your opinion on the system?
No, not much to add. I think we just had a great day in Munich. Yeah, extra gaming, man. I'm a big fan of this segment.
Next week comes a good one, right?
Yeah, next week is another one which we got to test out, and I'm very bullish on the segment in general. I think there's a lot of cool stuff. Like there's definitely going to be. We've already seen it at the Olympics. There's definitely be more integration of exercise and like esports, virtual world, connected reality kind of thing. Okay, so should we go? Should we go to our
Yes.
last story of the day, which is actually
The
a good one?
The
Yeah,
plus
our plus one, interesting. I don't know if there's the right caption showing, because for me it's showing something else. But okay, cool. This, I mean, this is it's just a good story, and I think thought it was relevant because it was connected to social media, a platform that a lot of us live on, and as a company also we talk about it a lot. But I think this is a really good initiative from. It was obviously started by the Premier League and across English football. That from over the last weekend, from April 30th until Monday, May 3rd, there was a social media blackout. Basically, none of the Premier League teams posted anything on social media. None of the players did this. UEFA got involved. There were other leagues that got involved. As you can see, British sports, English cricket, rugby, lawn tennis, etc. Why did it happen? It was, of course, in support of racism, or in support of the fight against racism, I should say. Um, Never before has in English football or in any sport in this way. There have been teams, there have been players. Thierry Henry did this in protest. He just jumped off social media. But this kind of collective, everybody coming together, has never happened before. Twitter responded, racist behavior has no place on our service, and alongside our partners, we condemn racism in all forms. And this is a trend that we've seen across, not just in sports, in more ways in our lives. I thought it was a really good initiative from the Premier League. So no highlights, no nothing. Nobody heard a peep of them, and they were very disciplined about it and did a good job executing it. More power. I'm all for social media blackouts on one side, but especially when they're in support of topics such as this. Ben, any thoughts, any words? But I think this is just a good story.
Yeah, not much to add. I really like it.
Yeah.
Showing their power, flexing the muscles.
Yeah, and sports has a lot of power. So when it leads the conversation on sensitive topics like this, we've seen Colin Kaepernick, the take the knee movement, like the amount of power that it generates. That one thing became such a symbol. So sports taking the lead on topics like this, I always love.
I have one more thing to show you. I did some research.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the game. Nice.
Is that it? Is that the game?
I can't imagine. Like, is her name I can't see, but the reviews don't look so good. Is that 4-star? Okay, 4-star is not so bad.
It's 4.5, but
4.5. Okay.
It has over 1 million reviews. And I was like with the previews, I was scrolling to the main part, connecting to the ring topic again. Her message is, if you're in Bel Air, then you should date and marry the love of your life.
Yeah.
Could there be any better end to a Hello Sports Tech episode?
And the right kind of content will take you far in life. That is true. Yeah.
We're done for today.
We're done. Goodbye.
Have a good day, guys.
See you next week. Ciao.
Cheers.